Good morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the grain comments. As far as the overnight trade, we're a little bit higher. Yesterday we saw a pretty good rally in the stock market after one pharmaceutical company came out with some positive results on a vaccine that they're testing on humans, and that continued overnight. There's an old saying that rising tide lifts all boats, and so that rally in equities probably helped at least the grain markets a little bit. Corn saw some selling yesterday as funds increased their short position as we're running out of time to hurt the U.S. Corn crop and lower yields enough due to bad weather to lower the carryout to push prices higher. As far as the soybean market is concerned, we're still watching closely China buying of U.S. beans. The pace has been slower than the phase one deal or even to meet the USDA's goal. The fact that they bought 30 million tons from Brazil May, June, and July raises the question, was that for demand, which would be bullish demand for U.S. beans, or are they adding to inventory so they don't have to buy U.S. soybeans? Over in the wheat, we're trying to find support from higher Europe and Russia prices, but the problem is that COVID may reduce demand, both here in U.S. and by importers. And even though Russian prices have firmed up a little bit, their export vessel loading lineup is extremely thin. And we get ethanol data today here in the United States. We should see increase in production, but we have seen a slowdown maybe in gasoline demand from the peak as we're taking maybe some steps back in reopening the economy, and virus cases continue to increase in the southern states that reopened the earliest. So we'll be watching headlines on the virus. We'll be watching weather, and we'll be watching any news on demand. It's interesting that the European model people came out and said that they have actually coded data incorrectly. And today at noon, that will be corrected. So it's a good point that they admitted their problem and fixed it. But we'll see what the European model says long term. Right now, it was rain overnight in parts of Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri. Those rains are moving today into Illinois and Wisconsin. Right now, the 11 to 15 day maps show the ridge coming back. So we'll see if the European model kind of has a mixture of maybe a little bit more short-term rainfall for the Midwest and maybe a little ridging in the second week of the forecast. Again, I doubt if that really hurts crops, but we'll see if it catches any eye of the fund, especially short corn. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day, and remember that treat people like you like to be treated. Also, there are some doctors that are saying that if everyone in this country wore a mask for the next 3 weeks, the virus would be behind us. So please, stay social distance, wear a mask, and wash your hands frequently.